Well, we thought we'd be playing 2 today, but because of the wet weather, which is also bringing us here to the press box outside, not looking too great right now, we'll play 1 though. We will play 1 game today at 7 o'clock against the Batavia Muck Dogs. Hi everybody, welcome to the Auburn Doubledays pregame show presented by Cayuga Community College. I'm JD Rachi, and you know, we thought we'd be playing 2, but now just 1. So all of the focus can go into Game 1 for the Doubledays, or Game 3 of this series, and the 1 game we will be playing today against the Batavia Muck Dogs. Right now, the Doubledays trail 2-0 in this series to the Batavia Muck Dogs after a tough loss yesterday, a 4-1 loss at the hand of the top team in the Pinckney Division, as Auburn now falls 4 games out of first place. They started this series 2 games out of first place in 5th place. It's a lot of amalgamation, a lot of guys and a lot of teams all at the top of that Pinckney Division, but now Auburn sits 4 games back. This was a good opportunity for them to gain some ground on Batavia, but now they've just got to salvage a win here in the final game of a 3-game series that we'll be playing today. We'll play a double header, which will be, there's been a lot of rain, so this game today will actually be the game that was supposed to be played a couple of weeks ago, the first time Batavia was supposed to be here. The game that was supposed to be played today in Game 2, that'll be made up as part of a double header coming up on July 19th. Lots of opportunities to play the Muck Dogs this season. That's the good thing for the Doubledays, so they'll play quite a few more times this year, both here at Falcon Park and at Dwyer Stadium in Batavia. So it's a good thing that this is coming against a team, not a team outside the division. If this were coming against the Connecticut Tigers or somebody like that from another division, there would be a lot more shifting and kind of difficulties for the Doubledays in terms of scheduling. Luckily, it's coming against a Pinckney Division rival in the Batavia Muck Dogs. But let's go back to last night for a second. As I mentioned, a 4-1 loss for the Doubledays to the Muck Dogs. But this is a game that got off to a great start for Auburn. They took a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Edgar Martinez was the starter on the mound for Batavia. He came into the game with a .69 ERA, but the Doubledays got to him early, loaded the bases, and then Anthony Peroni, king of the walk, got an RBI walk to bring in the lone run of the ball game for the Doubledays. They took the 1-0 lead. But from there on out, it was all Batavia. Nick Reddy with an RBI double. Harrison DeNicola with an RBI double. Lots of extra base hits yesterday for the Muck Dogs. That was really the name of the game in terms of what the Muck Dogs did offensively. The Doubledays only had 5 hits on the day. No multi-hit performances, but the pitching was really, really good. I want to take a second and do a shout out to Pedro Gonzalez, the right-hander on the mound for the Doubledays that got the start yesterday. He was awesome. First 3 outings of the season, 29.25 ERA. He had really struggled, going only an inning and 2/3 in 2 of those starts. He went 4 strong innings yesterday, gave up 2 runs, only one of them earned, the other one coming in on a passed ball. So he was really, really great. We saw a little bit more of the stuff that we understand that he has. We've been told, listen, he's here for a reason, and we got to see that reason yesterday. He was awesome with the fastball, 91-92. Keep in mind, this kid is only 18 years old, and he's throwing a 92-mile-an-hour fastball in on the hands. That is great. His changeup was working well. His other breaking pitches were being located well. Got into a little bit of trouble, but got himself out of it. So only the 2 runs against him, only the 1 earned run. That's an awesome, awesome day for Pedro Gonzalez. And then you look at the rest of what the Doubledays did yesterday as a pitching unit. It was really good as well. Evan Lee goes 3 strong innings. He strikes out 6. Bobby Malacki comes in, gives up a triple, a leadoff triple to Albert Guy Morrow, gets 2 outs, and then gives up an RBI double to Harrison DeNicola in the 8th inning. But even after that, he settled in, gave up just the 1 earned run, kept it in striking distance for the Doubledays offense. They couldn't end up getting it done, but Bobby Malacki goes 2 strong innings. And that's a guy that when you look at him, you think, he's probably not going to throw that hard. Then he comes at you with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. The fastball was lively yesterday. He also made an excellent, excellent defensive play coming off the mound, slipping and still making a perfect throw to first base to gun down a runner, and a pretty speedy runner at that, in his 8th inning of work. So a good job from Bobby Malacki. All things were good for the Doubledays yesterday. The only thing that maybe wasn't great for the Doubledays, aside from the loss and aside from the hits not coming in at the exact right times, the rehabbers. They went 0 for 7 on the day. It was a tough day for Zach Collier, David Masters, and Drew Ward, but they're all still working back from injuries. All of them haven't played in at least a month, and in Collier's case, he hasn't played since early April. So it's all about getting them back into the groove of things and getting them going. But they weren't the only new guys here yesterday. 2 new guys were supposed to come in yesterday, got here a little bit later than expected, but they'll be here today. One of them, the first rounder, Jackson Rutledge, the Nationals' top pick this year in the 2019 MLB draft. And then their 7th rounder, Todd Peterson. And I got a chance to catch up with him before today's game. And here is Todd Peterson, 7th round pick of the Nationals this year out of LSU. First of all, Todd, welcome to Auburn.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm excited to be here.
So let's go back to the day you were drafted. You and LSU still playing in the Super Regionals and the NCAA tournament. What's going through your head when you get the call and you figure out you're going to be a part of the Nationals organization?
You know, it's a dream come true. You know, I've always dreamed to play professional baseball since I was a younger kid. And, you know, to finally hear my name called and, you know, get to an organization like the Washington Nationals, I'm very blessed and thankful for them giving me the chance to be here. And, you know, like I said, I'm just excited to get the ball rolling.
And being at LSU, you're in probably the best conference for baseball in the country between the SEC, where you were, and the Pac-12. Those are really the 1A, 1B of conferences. So you're already competing against upper echelon competition. But what's the transition been like for you from that SEC environment to now the pro environment?
I wouldn't say really difficult, but, you know, it's different. You know, you come here, it's kind of a culture shock. You know, you find a lot of guys that are from different countries and don't really speak English, and you kind of got to adjust and adapt to kind of communicate with them and figure out how they work, because, you know, it's different. You know, it's a lot different than the United States compared to the Dominican Republic or Colombia. You know, they come from different backgrounds, and kind of adjusting to your teammates and learning who you're playing with, that's kind of a big difference for me.
And then looking forward to the rest of the season, you've already made one appearance. You made an appearance down in the GCL before coming up to Auburn. What are you trying to work on? What's your goal for the first season of pro ball?
Just kind of be consistent, you know, get guys out is the ultimate goal, and help my team win ball games.
And now, I'm not going to let you go without talking about the moment that Todd Peterson is known for.
Yeah.
The viral moment.
Yeah.
Let's head back to the 2018 SEC tournament. Your LSU Tigers taking on South Carolina in one of the opening round games. It's a late game. You've already been pitching for 4 innings, heading into the 12th inning. Your spot comes up in the order, and your coach asks you a simple question. He says, have you hit before? Have you hit in high school? Can you possibly hit?
Yeah.
Your response?
Oh, of course I can. You know, you got to do what you got to do to get in that bat. And, you know, a pitcher like me who hasn't hit in, shoot, I don't even know how many years, I'm going to do whatever it takes. So I told him, heck yeah, you know, let me swing the bat, let me get after it. And, you know, he let me swing, and the rest is history.
Good stuff, because it was a 2-run double, and a double you guys ended up needing. A couple of insurance runs. Then you come in the next half inning, you shut them down on the mound. But then, like you said, you haven't hit in a while. You had a little bit of a confession to make to your head coach, and it all kind of went down in the press conference.
Yeah, he loved it. You know, a lot of people say, oh, was your coach mad at you? How many pulls do you run the next day? He didn't. You know, he wasn't upset. He loved it, you know. Can't really be mad when you get the RBI. So just luckily I made contact with the ball and I was on base.
And from what I've read and what I've heard, you weren't ever supposed to swing the bat. Is that right?
No.
What was the plan supposed to be for when you went up there?
Pitch, get out. Oh, at first he just wanted me to strike out. You know,
literally watch 3 pitches in a row.
Yeah, take 3 pitches, get out, get on the mound, and win a ball game. But, you know, I convinced him to let me hit, and the rest is history.
2-run double for Todd Peterson. You have any maybe aspirations to hit a little bit, maybe take a little bit of BP in pro ball? You ever think you're gonna get Rocket to you know, maybe let you take a couple of hacks?
Hey, hopefully. You know, we're in the NL, so who knows what's possible. You know, we'll see.
Looking forward to the pitching debut, possibly the hitting debut for Todd Peterson. Thanks so much for joining us.
Of course. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Todd Peterson. Super excited to have him and Jackson Rutledge, the top pick for the Nationals this past draft, in Auburn now. There is a lot of talent here at the short season level for the Washington Nationals, and some of that talent is going to take the mound today. It's Nelson Galindez, the left-hander, for the 7 o'clock singular game that we will be playing today against the Batavia Muck Dogs. And it was an awkward and tough start for Galindez in his first start of the season. It came back in the continuation of a suspended game against State College a couple of weeks ago after the home opener was rained out. Nelson Galindez came in, struggled a little bit, had 5 walks in that outing. Since then, he has been absolutely spectacular. Just 1 earned run against him in the couple of outings he has made since then. It's got a great curveball. That's the money pitch for Nelson Galindez. He'll try to drop it in, and that's the pitch that we have to look for to make sure that he has the command of that pitch. If he has that kind of command, it could be a long day for the Batavia Muck Dogs when they come to the dish. All right, first pitch is at 7 o'clock. You can join me and Jack McMullen on FingerLakes1.com or the TuneIn app for the radio call of the ball game. Until then, we'll see you right here on FingerLakes1.com on YouTube for the post-game show. Doubledays trying to get back in the win column after 3 straight losses. They finish up a 3-game series that was supposed to be 4 at 7 o'clock on FingerLakes1.com. This has been the Auburn Doubledays pregame show presented by Cayuga Community College.